Is Bitcoin finally going to get this pump that we have been waiting for all the way back up to the top of this major downward sloping channel, or could we expect the next dump even lower and come all the way back down to this very important support round about the 25,000 US dollar level? We're going to look at the price movement of Bitcoin and Ethereum, but not only that, we're also going to look at Polygon MATIC to find out what we could expect in the immediate short term, because yes, next week is going to be very important for the overall market and also for the crypto market, because let's go over to the most important news. And yes, just in, House Committee releases new stablecoin bill draft. The draft bill is set to go before the House Committee for discussion on June 13th. If approved, it could become the first form of crypto regulations in the United States. And why on the 13th? Because yes, on the 13th of June, we could expect the next Federal Open Market Committee. So this means yes, we're going to get the next Fed decision. So are we going to get the next major rate hike? Or could it even be that we're going to see a pivot from the Fed? And with this major news from the SEC, was it just to bring all the crypto markets down before we are finally going to see this pivot? Guys, first of all, we're going to look at the charts of Bitcoin to find out what we could expect in the immediate short term. And yes, we saw this dump all the way back down to the 25,360 US dollar level, and Bitcoin directly turned around and we came all the way back up to this major resistance zone. And at the moment, Bitcoin saw this consolidation and the price movement came all the way back down to exactly the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level, and we saw this perfect bounce. And at the moment, the price movement of Bitcoin is forming this W. So if we're going to see this breakout from this W and also this double bottom, we could expect that the price movement is going to come all the way back up into this major resistance, because if we take the measured move all the way from the top all the way to the bottom, let's be a little bit conservative, and if we're going to drag it over exactly to this point, we can see yes, our price target is going to be all the way up here at this major resistance zone round about the 27,400 US dollars. But I expect if we're going to see this move, yes, Bitcoin might come all the way back up into these regions, and that we're going to see a consolidation over this major resistance, which will turn into support, because yes, exactly in these regions we're going to get the FOMC meeting. So either we're going to see that the markets will finally get this relief pump all the way back up, breaking this very important trend line towards the upside from this major downward sloping channel that we have been in for Bitcoin, and then we could expect that the price comes all the way back up. But what if we're going to get negative news from the interest rates and also from the SEC? Could we expect that we're going to lose this level and come all the way back down underneath the 25,000 US dollar level? First of all, this level is going to be my worst case scenario, round about the 25,000 US dollar level, because yes, if we zoom out, we can see that we have got a lot of support and major resistance that now turned into support in these regions. So we could expect that the price movement would come all the way back here and that we're going to get a strong bounce even higher. So yes, I would only expect a fake out towards the downside, because yes, we got so much fraud from the markets, the SEC and all these lawsuits, and the markets is staying in these regions for quite a while. This is just telling me that yes, decentralization is here to stay, and that we could expect that Bitcoin is just going to ignore this major FUD. We're going to come all the way back up into these regions, and that we could expect that the price movement will come back above this very important 28,000 US dollar level, where we saw a lot of resistance exactly in these regions. So yes, at the moment I think that we're going to get this bullish breakout from this downward sloping trend, and that we could expect that the price movement will consolidate in these areas. Like I also told you, after this massive dump, guys, we're most probably going to see a correction, and that the price movement is going to form a W after the small correction, and that we're going to break out from these levels. Yes, at the moment I think that we're going to come all the way back into these regions of 27,400 US dollars. But guys, let's go over to Ethereum to find out what is Ethereum doing at the moment. And yes, at the moment Ethereum is doing actually quite good, because yes, we saw this pumps and the dumps, but overall we didn't see this harsh dump for Ethereum. We stayed roundabout in this major support and resistance area, and we just saw this quick dump all the way back down to the levels of 1,770, and then we saw that the price movement turned around. So yes, at the moment the price movement of Ethereum is coiling up in these regions of in between the 1,894, so let's say 1,900 US dollars, and all the way back here at the 1,770 US dollars. So yes, if we're going to break this major zone towards the upside, I would expect that yes, we're going to first come all the way back up to the 2018 US dollar region, and then we could expect to come all the way back up to the 2100 US dollar level for Ethereum. But overall, I think we're going to turn around in these regions, because yes, if we would have seen this major fund and everybody would sell all of their cryptocurrencies, the price movement of Bitcoin and Ethereum already would have gone all the way back down. So yes, overall we can see that there's a lot of trust in the crypto market at the moment, because with all this FUD, we can see that the markets are staying within this range where we saw this major consolidation over this long period of time. And like I always say, consolidation over time is that what we have been looking for, because we don't want to see that the markets react and that we're going to see a quick dump towards the downside and a consolidation over the price. We're seeing this consolidation over time, and the price movement is staying in this very important range. And that's why I think that we're going to see this bullish breakout from this major trend line within the coming days. Yes, maybe we're going to get this fake out towards the upside or towards the downside during this FOMC meeting and the rate decision. But let's go over to the next coin. Yes, Polygon MATIC. And yes, I made this video about Polygon MATIC exactly in these areas where I thought that we're going to get this breakout, and no, MATIC turned around and came all the way back down. But that is also what I told you. If we're going to get this dump, it doesn't matter. Because why? Yes, we've got this major support exactly in these areas, and also we perfectly bounced off from this falling wedge that the price movement of Polygon MATIC is in. So yes, if we're going to get this bullish breakout from this falling wedge, the price target is always at the top of this wedge. But maybe we're going to see this fake out if we're going to get the rate decision, because yes, maybe we're going to see this consolidation and the price movement come all the way back down to the bottom of this trend line. But overall, I expect that Polygon MATIC is soon going to break out from these major levels, and that we could expect this major pump, and that we're going to see that the price movement comes all the way back up to this major trend line, and that we're going to see this breakout towards the upside, consolidate in these areas and make this resistance as support, and then we could expect this breakout even higher. So that is what I expect from Polygon MATIC. But let's go over to the DXY, the dollar currency index. We had this high and this retest of this major trend line, and then we saw this correction towards the downside, and at the moment, yes, the dollar currency index formed a lower high, and that is quite bullish, because if the dollar currency index is going to come even lower and form a lower low, we could expect that Bitcoin is going to pump even higher, because if the dollar currency index goes up, this means the dollar priced against all the other foreign currencies, we could expect that Bitcoin will see a dump towards the downside. So yes, it is really going to be important what is going to happen at the FOMC meeting, which is going to take place on the 13th and 14th of June. So yes, but before we're going to end this video, we're going to look at a fun fact. Interesting fact, in 2019, prior to assuming the role of SEC chair, Gary Gensler submitted an application to offer his expertise as an advisor to Binance. Isn't this a very funny fact? That actually Gary Gensler applied for a job at Binance, and now he's suing Binance. Guys, this is all just major fun. The banks, the governments, the Federal Reserves are losing grip, and Bitcoin and decentralization is here to fix exactly these problems. And you should save all your wealth by dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin before they're going to roll out with the CBDCs. Guys, stay safe, decentralize yourself, and make sure to be for crypto. If you want to find out how to take profits in the crypto market, make sure to watch this video exactly now.